So let's talk about it. Are you wrong for being antisocial? Am I wrong for being antisocial? Because I definitely am. You know what I'm saying? These days, I just enjoy being to myself. It's just something about it, you know what I mean? I personally, I have my own agenda, things that I consider important to me. And, they might not be important to other people. I also don't go with just the flow of the day. I like to have my own, purpose, man, and focus on what matters to me. And so I think it's more of us wanting to protect our energy. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important to be able to differentiate being antisocial and just wanting to make sure that whoever you are around are people of quality. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we think the more friends, the more people we associate with, it means that we're a better person or something, but I think it's about the quality of the people you keep. Do you keep good, solid people around you? And are those people constantly having to be in your space for you to feel important or included or whatever come with that? You know what I'm saying? Because there should be times where you just to yourself and you focused on what matters to you and what you should, consider important. I don't think there's a lot of room for people to spend time worrying about being part of a group. That should be a natural part of life. Obviously, I think as humans, we naturally want to be accepted, be in parts of groups or be a part of groups or whatever come with that. But I think there's also a part of us that needs solitude, that need to be okay by ourselves. That's the best time for us to really think and process what we truly feel and what we think should be, of priority. You're not influenced or inspired by someone else's thoughts and what they have going on. So having that time to yourself, me talking out loud, speaking, to me, and, knowing there's other people out here that know where I'm coming from, you have to look at that as an upside. A lot of people just can't stand being alone. A lot of people feel like they have to be around other people. And so I don't think it's a bad thing to be antisocial. Being a social person, being a social butterfly, whatever they call these people, are people who like to go out, mingle, talk, network. I think networking is important. I'm not saying that to be antisocial means you don't go out and network, but I personally feel like you just don't rock with crowds. And this is me giving my interpretation. I think anybody understanding where I'm coming from with the concept of being antisocial and how we use it on a daily term, addressing it from that standpoint is us feeling like I'm not really into going to crowded public places and dealing with a lot of people. I don't like crowds. To me, I think crowds and people, when they say that, for a long time, to me, it sounded as if something was wrong with them or something. Like, man, what kind of condition is that? You don't like crowds? It sounded weird. But I think over time, as I just really respected my own energy and where I come from, when you in a crowd, it's so many different things going on. And these people have all types of things in their life. You know what I'm saying? They connected and tied to so many different things. You're around all these different energies at one time. And so when you're more intentional as a person and you mindful of where you spend your time and who you have around you, it's a little more obvious when, there's certain things that you don't like, like a crowd. I feel like it should be obvious that somebody who's intentional and really pays attention to where they spend their time and who's around them, especially like an antisocial person who doesn't really like to go out and socialize and be around a whole bunch of different personalities and all of that, because I think personally, you mainly want to be influenced by your own thoughts. You don't want to have all these, it's almost like the in crowd. You hear about that. People wanting to fit in, being in the in crowd. Where there's a lot of people who take pride in not wanting to be a part of that. People who really take pride in saying, I don't care about being part of what you have going on and being accepted. I like where I'm at with what I have going on, and this is what works for me. I really, truly enjoy my own thought process, and I appreciate how I feel about things that much to where I'm okay without your energy and your company. I'm cool without it. It's almost like it's a distraction. I'm good. I'll just think how I think, and I don't need nobody telling me, on the contrary and all of that. And that sounds selfish, but I think coming from the right people, it's a formula. It's like certain people can say things to you that other people can't. And that's important to me. I think when you realize that, it all clicks. You know what I'm saying? It's who's saying it. You know, where are their intentions? Where are they coming from? Everybody can't say everything to everybody. You know, it's like I receive it different. You know, and I know you can agree. You know, you receive things different depending on who it's coming from. So dealing with, you know, crowds and different people and all of that, man, it gets exhausting. Like, we only have so much energy we can give to things. So when you have too much of energy that you're giving to other things, it becomes exhausting. It becomes something that you really would rather not deal with. So, you know, all in all, man, I just really, truly am more mindful of where I put my attention and energy to, and where I waste, you know, not waste my time, but where I give my time. There needs to be some type of investment there, because everything we do has a cost to it. You know what I'm saying? Every moment spent with something that's not putting anything back into you, you're giving and not receiving. And there's nothing wrong with wanting a trade-off. Like, we all give it. You know what I'm saying? You give your time for money. So, you know what I'm saying? That time is the cost you pay to get the money. Money's not free. You got to work for it. That comes at a cost. We all think just money is paying for stuff, you know, and a lot of people don't understand that. So to even talk about those things around people who don't get that, it can be exhausting. So that's why I choose to be mindful of where I put my energy, and to understand that not everything deserves it. So, you know, I just really hope these things click with people. You know, this is where I'm at with stuff, and I know I'm not by myself with it. So it's just something that I'm putting out for other people to really like process and kind of, you know, give some insight to as well. So, you know, if this you know, hit you in any kind of way, if you can connect with it, definitely let me know. But you know, just something I was thinking about, man, being antisocial, you know, really enjoying that time to yourself and just able to think and process your own thoughts. There's a magic to that, you know. And I'm not saying it's wrong, or it's something wrong with being around people, like the right people, for sure. You know, it's like great minds, you know, the more the merrier, but not always though, you know. And that's what I'm saying, like the more the merrier, I think, is deceiving. It's not the more the merrier. You don't need to be around everybody. You know, that's my biggest thing. I don't need everybody. So yeah, let me know how you feel. That's just where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? Till then, I'll holler at you, man. Stay cool.